So Mob Up Racing was nice enough to send me a couple of the 3D printed parts to try out on the T7. If you guys haven't seen the video where I replaced my air filter and air intake lid, that's also a Mob Up Racing part. You can check that out. I'll put a link for it down in the description. But today I'm going to be testing out their frame hole covers. Come on, camera. There we go. So these are just going to slip in these holes here. There we go. Yeah, I would say that definitely cleans things up a bit. So one thing I'm a little bit unsure of with these is how well they're going to clean up after I get them all muddy, but I guess we'll just have to see. Yeah, it definitely looks good on there. I guess the only thing would be is if that's gonna possibly interfere with your boot. I'll have to check that out later. So the other thing that I've got here is the GPS mount that they make. So I've got a couple different options here. I've got the chartreuse one. This is actually a prototype that he sent me. So they were out of the chartreuse, and that's the color that I wanted. He also sent me the black, which is the finished product here. Looks like the holes didn't make it all the way through, but I think it's just a matter of pushing it through all the way. Just a little bit of extra material in there. Other than that, definitely looks nice. Obviously a 3D printed part, so you don't get absolute plastic mold perfection, but definitely a good part and a very inexpensive GPS mount compared to everything else that's out there. So basically this is going to clip over like that to grab your GPS mount bar, and I think this will fit on other bikes other than the T7. I think it'll fit on the Africa Twin and maybe something else even. I'll put a link for this down in the description. You can check that out. And then these two parts I believe are just going to be used for different GPSs. So this part will be what actually faces you, and then these get mounted up here, and then you actually mount your GPS to this. I think I have a rather unconventional GPS mount. My bobblehead design here. If you guys have seen any of the videos where I'm ripping around in the T7 off-road, this is all over the place and usually ends up down there. So I definitely needed to get something else in here. So I'll get this pulled out. This is actually the same GoPro mount that I've got on the handlebar here. Works great for that, not so great for this. This GPS that I've got on here is not a motorcycle specific GPS, it's just a regular old car one. I think I picked this up for 40 bucks on eBay. It's like a 6-inch screen, I think. The way that I've got this fixed on here is actually just a backdoor mount for an action camera that I clipped off and then VHB taped into the socket for the normal mount. So I will have to try to figure out a way to get this fixed to the back of this mount. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap there, so you have a little bit of room to do some clamping there. In the instructions over there, they did suggest putting like some double-sided tape around the GPS bar if you have problems with this rotating down, and it doesn't seem real sticky on its own, so I guess we'll see how much clamping force I get out of it and how bad the rocks shake it around. I inherited these from my grandpa, and I think I've knocked them over at least once or twice. Not that they were all that organized when I got a hold of them to begin with, but it's a real mess now, so I'll see what I can find. Hopefully there's something in here that'll work. Seems like that's actually grabbing that pretty good. not bad. I don't know if any tape will be required in there. So now the only thing is going to be, can my GoPro mount fit between these two? Seems like probably not. So as far as a standard setup goes though, you would have that sticking off of there, I guess. And then I don't know if your GPS mount has the same hole pattern as this has got. I think maybe that's how that would work. So you would actually only need a set of fasteners for the bottom row here maybe. And then you would just stick fasteners right through the back here, through the top 4 holes into the back of your GPS mount. I think that must be how that works. So that would be the right way. It seems like I never do things the right way though. I always got a goofy way to do something, which is how we come up with stuff like this. Can't beat 40 bucks on a giant screen for GPS though. Actually got these from my grandpa as well. Alright, so I ended up grabbing a 3/8. Looks like that's actually the same size as the other countersunk holes, so that should work out good. So last weekend I was able to put quite a few miles on the bike with this mount on here to give it a good test. On the road it did really well. I think I put about 4 hours on high-speed roads. It held it in place firmly. There was no movement at all. It wasn't vibrating like my last one used to do. It wasn't sliding around at all when I would press the buttons. I was really pretty impressed with it and super happy to have it. I'm really glad that I got it switched out before that ride. Off-road, however, did not do so well. It didn't take much. It seemed like maybe just even the ride up kind of loosen things up just a hair, that now it would kind of rotate around a bit on that mount.
Ha-ha! How do you like that, Jerry? Oh, my new GPS thing is sagging. Oh well, I have to stick some double-sided tape in there or something.
So this is actually meant for putting down foam back carpet, but I think it'll work well enough for this anyways. It is double-sided, maybe a little bit aggressive, but it should work, I think. So now when I go to put this on, I think it's probably going to end up more or less in the position that it's going to stay in. I want to get that right. I don't really remember where just about right was, so I guess we'll just wing it and see what happens. So if I would have been thinking a little bit more ahead when I went to install this, I really should have put the nuts on this side rather than this side. I did it this way because I was thinking I'm going to be sitting here looking at it, so I want to see the fastener heads rather than the nuts. Well, the GPS is going to cover this up, and you can see the nuts from the back side, so whatever, I guess. Oh yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere now. I would say that there really are very few downsides to putting the tape on right away. I guess I would probably suggest that, and sort of wish that I would have went that route to begin with, but I guess at least now we know, right? Alright, I'm gonna get this windshield put back on, and let's take this thing out for a ride and see how it does.
Oh, here's a drop. Yikes. Whoa! Ooh, this is steep. Great. Oh my god. Woo! Made it. Yeah, you almost kind of gotta ride the clutch. Woo! Ooh, this is gonna get steep quick. Oh my god, this was a bad idea. Woo, boy! Yikes!
So even after a decent amount of abuse, this GPS mount did not budge at all. That double-sided tape, definitely the way to go. Really enjoying having this mount on the bike. Don't anticipate any issues at all. Really kind of like that the part is so feather light. Obviously there are some metal options out there which probably wouldn't require any sort of adhesive, but to be honest, I mean, weight savings and the dollar savings is definitely worth it, I think, and something that I think if you guys are interested in, you should definitely take a look down in the description and check out. It's really pretty inexpensive and I think a well-made and well-designed part. As far as the frame caps go, I pretty much completely forgot that they were on the bike. I never had an issue running into with my boots or feeling them at all. So those are definitely doing their job, making the sides of the Tenere look nice and clean. And if that's something you're interested in, there'll be a link down in the description for those as well. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that Swanky Cat logo down at the bottom. Click the bell after you subscribe so it lets you know anytime I put a video out, which is at least once a week. If you guys can get out and enjoy this beautiful world like I was doing on this beautiful day here, make sure you do that. But if you can't, check out some more videos up at the top. Other than that, take care, stay safe, and stay swanky.